a Tier 3B East 3v3 matchup, so it should be a good one. I'm looking forward to definitely having a good time. We're looking forward to a good matchup. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning on in to LOS Champs, hanging out and being a part of the action. Like I said, this is my first time being in the booth. If you guys don't know who I am, once again, I am Joseph the Voice. I come from a very educational background. I work in administration as an esports director for 5th, 8th grade level esports here in the Wisconsin area. I work to help build up my surrounding area in various different ways, not just through my local school district, but also through various other ways. I run my own production, JTV Entertainment, where I'm always trying to give back to my community in various different ways by hosting my own tournaments and doing my own production, to going out and taking photos of different various esports events with my young scholars that I'm working with, or like I say, hosting events and tournaments for these young students as well, trying to give them more opportunities to get involved, working on creating more literature and information to get to the parents and all that. But you know what? It's not about me. That's not what we're here. We're here for the action. It looks like our teams are signing on in. It looks like they are ready for some Rocket League, and so am I. All right, we're going to reset the lobby real fast. Give me a moment and we'll be right into it. We're just kind of working through the motions real quick. You got to make sure you have a healthy running lobby. We know in Rocket League that sometimes it can be a little hit or miss from time to time. They work really hard to give us solid servers, but sometimes it is a miss. And hopefully it is not tonight, as, like I said, we are getting all the teams ready in the action. We're getting everybody in here. I'm ready to go. How are you guys? Are you guys ready for the action? Who do you got in this matchup? Are you rooting for MGN FC? Or are you going to be rooting for Weeb Esports? Now, let me give you a quick second to break down our team. So MGN FC is going to be 12 Gauge, Matrix, and Navalis. And on the flip side is for Weeb Esports, coming off of that bye last week, is going to be Doc, Graydon, and Beat. So, like I said, still a lot of information that I need to gather right now, that I need to learn about these players, that I need to learn about this league. There are some names, there are some players that I do know, but there's still a lot that I don't. And the Midwest is growing and growing in terms of representation. This league is even bigger than that. I've been mainly in the Midwest right now, so this league stretches even farther than that. We have some teams that I believe came in from the West as well. Not many, but a few that came out from the West as well. So we have a lot going on. We also have our South American division as well as our European division. So there's so much going on here at LOS Champs. There's so much Rocket League that you can still see, not just on Tuesdays, on Thursdays as well. So there's a lot going on. All right, and take a moment real quick and get your predictions, and we got it up right now. So right now you can put all your channel points, bet the house, put the kitchen sink, put the, everything you got, throw it on in and put it all on that team that you think is going to win. Because you know what, when they do, you stand one more chance of getting that many more points, unless everybody just goes for the same team, of course. Right now we got, like I said, I don't know if we have even teams or not right now. They both have a 1-0 record. However, MGN FC did play last week. They went 3-0, whereas Weeb Esports has not hit the rocket field just yet. They're not scared. They're not afraid. They're just on a bye week last week, of course. So, but we are ready, almost ready to go, I should say. It looks like we have some players getting into the lobby little by little. But soon enough, our matches will be ready to go. This is, in fact, a best of 5. Man, sometimes you feel like these best of 5s just are not enough. You finally start to feel like you're coming back, and then it just ends. So we'll see what happens. These are some of the best matches, back and forth, 1-2 punches, and maybe this one will be just the same. So it looks like we have everybody in the lobby ready to go. Guess what, everybody? This is Rocket League Game 1. Let's step on into the action. We doing We do in fact have 12 gauge Matrix and Navlis coming out for MGN FC, and on the flip side, Weeb Esports, Doc, Graydon, and Beat. We'll see who comes out swinging a little bit faster to start it out. Navlis gets a nice opportunity and gets it, in fact, into the goal. What a beautiful setup there. Did a little bit of everything all at once to get that one. Navlis, well-rounded player right there, looking pretty good. Let's see if they can continue that level of play going forward. As Beat hits it off the sidewall, goes for something off the top. Navlis right there to kick it away. Doc's gonna grab hold, tries to kick it across, and 12 gauge gets the clear over to Navlis, pushes it on up for 12 gauge, trying to send it downfield. Got a demo. Navlis once again causing a little bit of havoc out there on the field. We've been saying that name quite a bit already to start it out. It's just over 40 seconds off the clock at this point. A good save there by MGN FC, and another one. And they try to put it right back on goal. Graydon unable to do so. They sent it downfield. Weeb Esports trying to bring it back for another opportunity. Kind of lose a little bit. Doesn't have much in the tank. Matrix just going to kick it in the corner for Navlis. Going to push it on up, and Beat is right there to send it to center field. No teammate there, however. Matrix over into the corner. Looks like 12 gauge is going to grab a hold, but gets met at center field by Beat. Still in a good position here for Weeb Esports. They try to center it. Matrix starting to send it downfield. Doc with the demo. Graydon tries to get it on goal, and 12 gauge kicks it away. Beat puts it in front for Doc, and it's cleared away by MGN FC. They're doing a great job defensively, just keeping that wall up right now and doing everything they can to slow down Weeb Esports. Another demo out there on the field from Weeb Esports as they're trying to create some level of separation. They're trying to create some difference on the field and create a hole. Right now, MGN FC is doing a great job, like I said, holding on to that defensive pressure. Another defensive save there by Navlis. My goodness, like I said, they are a little bit of everywhere all at once, and a nice bomb downfield. 12 gauge wasn't quite a bomb, I should say. It was more of a little loft hit. Just able to get it over the defender, and when you look at that, MGN FC is up 2-0, continuing that level of aggression that they had in week one when they swept their opponents 3-0, taking the series and going up 1-0 to start out the season. However, Weeb Esports have not been able to hit the field yet. You know, maybe they got a little bit of cold feet right now. Maybe they need to warm up a little bit. I don't know what's going on, but we're not seeing as much coming out from Weeb Esports as we are from MGN FC, as Doc tries to get something fancy in front of goal there. Cannot get it going though. B tries to get another shot on goal, and Matrix right there. It's almost as if they're doubling down on goal. They're not really overstepping each other, but they're creating a good, like I said, defensive wall, defensive pressure that's really just keeping Weeb Esports out of the back of that net. Doc just trying to send it downfield into the corner. Nice lob. Graydon's just going to let it go, and it looks like MGN FC grabs hold once again. 12 gauge trying to drive it across field. Beat hits it into the corner, tries to set it up for himself, and Matrix gets the hit away. Nice clear right there by MGN FC. Navlis pops it right back into the corner. Graydon tries to center it for Doc, who cannot get it. Graydon once again tries to get it to his teammate, and Beat finds it and hits the back of net. A little bit of back and forth, back and forth. A nice passing play there by Weeb Esports, keeping MGN FC a little off-centered and finding the opportunity to kick it into that left bottom corner. Tried to stall him there at the 50, did not work. However, they are trying to keep the pressure going right now. Weeb Esports keeps it there, but Beat gets it kicked away by the defender. And they're just trying to slow him down, but right now it looks like MGN FC is starting to find a little bit more aggression. Once again, trying to get that hit, but it goes just wide. Doc grabs hold, hits it down. Navlis meets him right there at the 50. 12 gauge gets a little bump on the defender right there. Graydon pops it up. Matrix up top. Let's see if they can do something here. Tries to pass it. but it wasn't a good enough opportunity. Gets kicked away there by Weeb Esports, and it is still a 1-point ball game as Weeb Esports are still clawing away. They have a total of 7 shots on goal into a comparison of 3. So even though MGN FC has not shot on goal a whole lot, they have made every opportunity count. They are 2 for 3 on their offensive strikes. And that is good to know if you are MGN FC, because they, like I say, they're making everything count. They're shooting 67% right now from the field. That is pretty good if you ask me. Matrix trying to get in the face of the defender. B tries to put it right back on goal. However, not a good enough setup. Graydon kind of lost in front of goal. Cannot get there quick enough. Matrix goes up top, just tries to hit it downfield. Navalis gets there, gets a nice hit just off of the goal. 12 Gauge tries to keep it on the defensive side of Weeb Esports, and that is in fact game 1 as MGN FC comes out swinging a little bit more heavy-handed on that one, and they are now up 1-0 in this best of 5. And right now, if you're Weeb Esports, you got to be a little bit nervous. Even though they were putting a lot of shots on goal, it was not enough to put them ahead. 7 shots, but unfortunately, it did not cut it. You got to do better. And I'm telling you, that nice little pass play when you're going back and forth, you're passing it around and trying to make things happen. That's the passing plays that we want to see. That's the level of teamwork that we want to see. And let's see if you guys can come out with a little bit different strat here in game 2 as MGN FC sneaks ahead by 1 in this series. Doc looks to try to set up his teammate. It's an awkward hit. Ball sits on the sidewall. Navalis tries to grab hold, gets met by Doc. B tries to get it to center. The 12 Gauge is right there to kick it to the sidewall. It's just kind of staggering at the middle of the field for the most part right now. Brady kind of pops it down. 12 Gauge tries to get it downfield, but Beat sees it. Matrix with a nice turnaround hit there. Trying to keep it on the MGN FC's pressure side. Trying to give them more opportunity right now as they haven't came out as quickly as they did in game 1. But as I say that, they put one right into the back of net. And MGN FC is now up. They got 2 shots on goal. And all it takes is 1 to find the back of net. And there you go. MGN FC keeping the rhythm, keeping that tempo, and finding that consistency in their play. They are now up, and Weeb Esports behind once again. I'm telling you, that first week bye, I think, kind of just put them at odds a little bit. Practice does not always make perfect. Being in the game and feeling that pressure and working through the strategy is very, very important. You don't know what any team is going to give you on any given day, as this MGN FC team has been looking pretty good thus far. He tries to get there, but the Matrix slows him down. And a good bomb downfield by Doc, finding a good pinch opportunity off the defender. Navalis pushes it into the corner, Beats right there. And another clear downfield. Matrix pops it on up. Doc getting up there and kicking it away from that back wall. Nice pinch. Navalis back up, finds a good opportunity, and Beat is right there. You're not gonna beat him on that one. 12 Gauge gets a good beat there, but unfortunately it gets met. Trying to put a lot more pressure onto this defensive team. He understands the assignment. He knows they're up, but they need to keep the pressure on right now, because Weebs did bring it back, but they just didn't have enough to get that second goal in place. But can they strike? Or will it be MGN FC that once again does it? Finds the back of net and puts Weeb Esports in a really uncomfortable position as they get very close right there. Put it in center goal one more time. Doc kicks it to that side. A little bit of miscommunication there from MGN FC. even with it. 12 gauge knows what's up. Grabs hold of that ball. Navlis with a little bit of a fake there, it looked like. They are now up 2-0. A total of 6 shots on goal. Weebs, unfortunately, only has 1 shot on goal. They are mostly on the defensive side here in game 2. As Beat tries to grab to drive it out. Matrix meets him and just tries to flip it right back into their face. Matrix hits it a little high there, and 12 gauge with the hat trick. A beautiful passing play by MGN FC. And when you look at that, it is 3-0, and they are looking to sweep Weeb Esports in this best of 5. MGN FC gets a favorable kickoff here, and 12 gauge gets that demo. Doc going for the double tap and cannot get it back on goal. Hits it just shy of the mark. 12 gauge gonna try to drive it off that sidewall, playing it patient right now. Tries to get a pass in front of goal. And it's hit by both defenders. Graydon with the demo on Navlis. Graydon with the demo on 12 gauge. MGN FC is a little bit thinner, but being up by 3 with 1:20 on the clock, you still got to feel very comfortable at this point, as it looks like it is still heavily in your favor. Unfortunately, what just happened there? Doc gets a nice hit there and gets the hit on Matrix, leaving the opportunity for Beat, who knocks it down. And with 1:13 on the clock, Weeb Esports down by 2. Can they come back? Is it signed, sealed, delivered, or do they have the answer in this one? You're definitely starting to see a little bit different level of play. They're starting to worry a little bit more about boost management, taking control of the field a little bit differently. See a little bit more demoing and bumps as well. Esports, is that enough though? MGN FC is still doing a wonderful job holding on in this series. They want to go up 2-0. Seeing a good level of consistency. What a nice little turnaround stall there. Setting up Navlis, but he cannot get there. 12 gauge almost able to get his teammate set up for another goal there. Graydon tries to hit it down towards his teammate. Matrix just grabs hold, hits it the sidewall. Navlis tries to get a shot on goal, has nothing in the tank, and it just hits the ground. Kind of stalls out there for a moment, and we are at 0. MGN FC takes game 2. Looking to try to sign, seal, and deliver them a loss in this series. Weeb Esports needs to wiggle their way out of this one, because right now they are in a stranglehold, and I don't know what they're going to do. You're seeing everybody kind of stepping it up from MGN FC. You saw 12 gauge get a hat trick this game. You saw Navlis doing a wonderful job there in game 1. No one individual player is doing too much, you know, that another player can't step up on the next game and do just the same. They're set a good tone and a good pace across the board, and we'll see, will MGN take game point here in this series, or will Weeb Esports find a way to come back? We'll bring up that week 1 bye that like I said, I really think it's set an awkward tone for them, and they haven't been able to really figure it out here in this series just yet. And as I say that, Beat gets a beautiful pass there by Doc and hammers it down. And Weeb Esports is up with 4:44 on the clock. They strike hard and they strike early. Ball gets into the back corner for Weeb Esports. Graydon almost getting a nice one there, just met by the defender. 12 gauge playing a little bit more aggressive, making sure that Weeb cannot take control of the field. Raiden gets up top, hits it down, and Matrix is there to hit it to that sidewall. And a nice shot attempt on goal, and Beat clears it downfield. Navalis did not see that coming. Catches him a little awkward, but it's not awkward enough to give a point to Weeb Esports. Raiden with the pass to Beat. Is it a good enough shot? It, however, was not fast enough. The ball kind of just sits there towards center field. Graydon tries to get there. 12 gauge, grab it. Old Navalis is now on it. Now it's in front of Matrix's hood, and Beat just clears it downfield. Navalis tries to get the shot on goal. Doc with a beautiful save there, and it cleared downfield, and a demo from Beat on 12 gauge. Narrowing that field just a little bit, trying to find an opportunity here. Graydon gets a little hit here, puts it in front of goal, and 12 gauge gets right in Beat's face. They are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at them right now. We'll see what happens. 12 gauge puts it right back into the corner again. Not much in the tank, just trying to kill a little bit of time to create an opportunity for MGC to come back in this one. Pass down to Navalis. Navalis gets a pass over to Matrix, puts it near goal. Just awkward. It is still on Weeb Esports' defensive side, and Doc sends it downfield. 12 gauge grabs hold, drives the sidewall. Matrix meets the defender and keeps it prevalent for his team. Ooh, Beat maybe does not get it though. 12 gauge right there with the save. Navalis tries to drop it down. 12 gauge kicks it to that side corner. 12 gauge maybe a flick here. Unfortunately does not get it back on his hood in time. Is met by the defender. Brandon hits it downfield. Doc with a boom. And 12 gauge gets the save. 9 shots on goal for Weeb Esports, 2 shots on goal for MGN FC. It has not been the shots on goal that has decided this one, but it definitely helps when you get more opportunities towards net. Weeb Esports up 1-0. MGN can still strike back, as we've seen them score many times already in this series. He gets a nice little tap down there. It's once again saved by 12 gauge. Matrix is kind of dancing around with it, trying to throw off the defender. 12 gauge hits it off the hood, puts it downfield, and Beat grabs hold. Good save there. Doc hits it away, just trying to keep it away from the front of goal right now. Less than a minute remaining. Can MGC come back? MGN FC is doing a wonderful job right now. But it has not been enough here in Game 3, as Weeb Esports has done a great job of holding them out. Doc gets it up, and Beat is there, and it's just awkwardly hit to the side. Navalis gets in the face and does a wonderful job slowing down the defender. Matrix grabs it, but it's met by Graydon. Graydon hits it back to Doc. Doc trying to get another point on the board here with 8 seconds remaining. Can MGN FC come back? We are seeing 0. MGN trying to get something here, and Beat hits it down on Weeb Esports, brings it back just a little closer, as it is now a 2-1 series, still in favor of MGN FC, but Weeb Esports are not allowing them to shut the door. They are still staying alive. They are still fighting back. This is quite the series thus far, as we saw MGN FC come out swinging heavy-handed there in game one, came back in game two doing a very similar fashion, but there in game three we saw Weeb Esports turn it around and hold them to an Easter egg in the score column, as they only, I believe, had 2 shots on goal. Already a lot of aggression to start things out. Matrix just going to try to boom it downfield for his teammate. 12 gauge. Hit off that sidewall. Graydon just taps it on down. Playing it safe right now. Try to throw off the defender there. A little bit of a fake. And it's hit downfield almost into goal. Unfortunately, MGN FC had 2 opportunities there and neither one could find the back of net. He's looking for a good clear here. He gets it all the way into the opposite corner of the field. Now have a little bit more pressure. Weeb Esports with the shot on goal off the side post, but it is not enough. MGN adopts a 4th teammate there. Try to slow down Weeb Esports, but it was not enough as Doc stayed patient, found the ball, and kicked it in, and it is now a ball game in favor of Weeb Esports. MGN FC sitting a little bit awkward now, as it looks like Weeb Esports might be able to bring it back 2-2 in this series. Oh, an awkward miss. And an opportunity downfield, beat with the fake, and Graydon finds the net. A beautiful play there. If you're MGN FC, you got to be a little bit more careful. You got to be patient. You got to hit the ball. Navalis hits it back into the corner, trying to get MGN back in this ball game. As it's starting to slip away. Just taking Weeb Esports a couple games. And when I tried to give Weeb Esports a little bit more confidence on that one, MGN FC gets just over the hood of Doc. And brings it back within 1. What I was going to say, though, is, Weeb Esports looked like the door was going to be sealed on them real early in this one. That bye week kind of set them a little awkward, but it just took a few games, and they are now starting to look a little bit more alive in this series. My goodness, Doc almost with a quick hit there and still staying patient, finding the ball and hitting it into the back of net. And Weeb Esports is now up 3-1, 3:15 on the clock. They have a total of 6 shots on goal. MGN FC 3 shots on goal. Now trying to get a nice hit downfield for his teammate to get in position. Doc there once again, and Beat tries to get the nice awkward hit off the wall to get it in. Unable to do so. That would have been a very beautiful shot had he hit it. Graydon with a good opportunity here. Unfortunately, Gage just kind of flicks it and gets it out of the way. Gage has nothing left in the tank right now, and he just grabs hold of a 100 stack there. MGN FC is now on the offensive strike. They're continuing to try to lay down the pressure. 12 gauge tries it, and Doc denies it. Doc tries for a demo there on Navalis. And a nice save there by Graydon. Matrix up top. Ooh, 12 gauge almost able to get it where he needs it. Beat with that save. You're starting to see a lot better defensive pressure. A lot more saves coming out from Weeb Esports. That defensive ball you saw from MGN FC, it looks like Weeb has now adopted it. Evelyn trying to get it downfield. 1:35 on the clock. Can MGN FC bring it back, or will it be a 2-2 game series? A boom downfield by Beat. And Weeb Esports wants it. They are hungry and they are fighting with everything they have to try to win this series. Not going up. Beats the defender, keeps it going. Almost lands on his teammate's hood. Beat with the awkward miss, and now it is MGN FC's opportunity to capitalize on the mistake. They are still down by 2. It's 1-12, but that's got to give you a little bit more confidence. It's got to make you feel a little bit better and bode well for you if you're MGN FC. Brandon hits it off that sidewall, pops it up for his teammate. Beat puts it right back to the sidewall downfield. And a lot of staggering plays towards the middle of the field. Not much happening right now, as it looks like both of these teams are just trying to really just let the game play out at this point. I don't know if MGN FC really has what it takes to come back here in game 4. It looks like it's going to be a game 5 right now, which I'm always for it. I always sign up for the most Rocket League all the time. As many games as possible, as often as possible. I want to see every single game. If it's a best of 7, then let's go to 7. Let's even have some overtimes. Oh my goodness, and as we talk about potential possibilities of overtime, MGN FC puts one more on the back of net, and I don't think it's going to cause any overtimes, but I do think it'll give them a little bit more momentum going into Game 5. 16 seconds remaining, down by 3. Weeb Esports, 9 shots on goal. MGN FC, 10 shots on goal. Once again, more shots on goal, not always equating to the victory mark, as Weeb Esports has less shots but has been able to capitalize more. And it is now 2-2 in this series. We are going to Game 5. My goodness, if you are out there in chat right now, who did you put your points on? Was it Weeb Esports or was it MGN FC? Both of these teams are looking mighty nice right now, but we'll see who will come out on top. All right, Game 5, Champions Field. Who is going to win it and who is going to be sent home packing? It is anyone's ball game in this series. Matrix trying to get a double tap and Beat up top. Ooh, a nice demo there by Navlis. Graydon tries to kick it downfield. Matrix right there with the save. Just playing it safe right there, not trying to get a big boom, just trying to drive it into the corner, knowing that if they try to go with a bigger hit, they might be costly on that one. Doc kicking it downfield, Beat there, but hits it wide of the goal. Matrix with the demo on Graydon. Doc's gonna grab hold, gets the flick, sends it downfield, gets the top boost as well, giving him 100 in the tank. Topping off that tank. Ooh, in the demo there by 12 gauge. Trying to thin out the field. Matrix hits it just wide of the goal. Oh my goodness, the save by Matrix on Navlis. Oh no, that could be very costly. That was a for sure goal for MGN FC. That was finally going to put them on top for the first time since game 2. And unfortunately, it sent out the back of goal. That was unfortunate. Now Weeb Esports looking to try to capitalize. Raiden with a good hit downfield. Ball hit into the center of the field. He's just trying to keep it away from MGN FC right now. As they are starting to heat up a little bit, you can see that they are pumping on all cylinders and they are giving it all they got. And what a save there by Navalis. Matrix trying to stay on top of it, tries to get the bump on Doc. Raiden keeping it on the defensive side of MGN FC. A demo by Beat on 12 gauge. 12 gauge gets back. The ball gets right in front of his head right away. Booms it downfield. Graydon grabs hold at the 50. Tries to get the shot on goal. Matrix with the save. Doc hits it up for his teammate. Navlis right there with the save. So many saves. Another save there by MGN FC. It looks like that steel wall is back up from game 1. They are definitely looking a little bit better than they have in these last few games. For anybody who is wondering, we are expecting 100x35 RWB to be taking on MM Kings in our next matchup. Both teams coming off of forfeit wins last week, so they're both undefeated coming out of week 1. Not to say much when it's only been a single week, but we'll see what happens. It's similar to what we're seeing here with Weeb Esports. They don't really have much experience on the field here this season quite yet for LOS champs. And Doc waits patiently in front of goal for the pass from Beat. And Weeb Esports looking for the reverse sweep with a minute 4 remaining. Weeb Esports finding a way to light the torch and keep it burning even in the face of adversity. They went down by 2, but they continue to push through. Doc with the pass over to Beat. You almost saw the reverse of the pass from Beat to Doc. They are a 1-2 combo that is working right now. Navlis trying to keep it alive, and Graydon kicks it away. MGN FC trying to give it all they got right now. Weeb Esports just doing a wonderful job all around in this series to turn it around. Getting into the face of the defender. This could be bad. It's still there, but it's kicked away there by Graydon. 12 gauge over to Navlis, back over to Matrix, and that is it! My goodness, what a beautiful play, similar to something that we saw from Weeb Esports earlier in this series, except for they did it on the ground, whereas MGN FC did it in the air. What a beautiful setup, what a beautiful play, and what a ball game. We are looking to have overtime here in this best-of-5 series. What a way to bring it to an end. But who will deliver on this one? You signed your name on that dotted line, but who's gonna walk away with it? It's like a 10-pace duel right now. They're pacing each other, they're taking their steps, but somebody's gonna take their shot, and when they do, my goodness, will it hurt. One of these teams has to fall. That's the only way that it goes here in Rocket League. You got a winner and you got a loser. However, if you take the good words from Giannis Antetokounmpo, just because you lost doesn't mean that you failed. You know, every day we go to work and we do our jobs, and just because we don't find the ultimate success in that given day doesn't mean that we have failed ourselves. And that is something that you definitely want to take in the mental when you're in these types of leagues and in these types of situations. Weeb Esports with the reverse sweep. Mental game is strong with this one. Wow, that was quite the series. We go into overtime. We go the distance. And I know normally we grab one of the guys from the winning team and we bring them in for a interview. But I think today, because it's my first time in the booth, I think we're going to bypass that today. And y'all are going to just look at me for a second because I'm honestly a little in shock right now. I did not expect Weeb Esports to turn it around like that. MGN FC came out swinging heavy. They looked ruthless. However, Weeb Esports understood the assignment and they flipped it on its head, brought it into overtime, game 5, and they took it home. And even with a bye week in week 1, it was not enough to slow them down as they found their rhythm and they pushed on through. So real quick, let's give a shout out to League OS for powering the league and giving us everything we need to be successful. And I think we're going to take a quick break as we start to get everything in place for this next series, which will in fact be 100x35 RWB taking on Kings. Both teams got a forfeit win last week, so we're going to see pretty much a fresh squad on both ends coming out the gate. We'll see who comes out a little bit stronger in this one, but we're going to send ourselves on over to break, and we'll be back just shortly.